Adriane. That was me last night, feeling myself like Coco Gauff during the 2025 Roland Garros. Her victory speech, what she actually shared with us was the crowd was chanting her opponent's name. So I had to chant my own name in my head. Adriane Mayes live conversations built on the 3 C's, how mortgage broker Jimmy Millen turned clients to the community. This is going to be amazing. And what Coco Gauff did hit deep. So I was chanting last night, Adriane Mayes, Adriane Mayes. I mean, seriously, have you ever had one of those moments where you honestly realize that the journey that you're in, it's not yours alone, and you can't do it by yourself? You have the noise outside that is getting so loud at times that it literally, you lose yourself, like Eminem says from Detroit, what up though? But you rely on someone else to figure out who you are. Well, welcome to that moment. Welcome to Live Conversations with Adriane Mayes, your girl from Detroit, Michigan, what up though? And we're gonna talk and have an amazing conversation with my brother in the mortgage game. And it went back, honestly, to talk about this past week. I went back to my 7-day playbook that, of course, I want you all to download at the link that I'm going to put up here on the screen, the Quick Start Playbook for Authentic Lead Generation. But the key thing about the whole playbook is simplification, the why, because simplicity is genius. And that's one of the isms that Jimmy and I learned when we were working in one of the top mortgage companies in the world together. But they built this culture around principles, clarity, conciseness, innovation, urgency. And even though we both moved on for that company, as he has his own mortgage brokerage, and now I have my own real estate marketing, digital marketing firm, those values never left us. So just like Coco Gauff reminded us to chant her name and chant your own name in your head, that's what we want you to realize, being authentic. And I realized I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be like Adriane Mayes. I want to help real estate professionals be the best version of themselves by working smarter, not harder. And that's how we do that. So today we're going to just dive into that conversation with someone that deeply impacts that same respect in regards to the mortgage game and understanding how this process works. I'm so honored to work with Jimmy Millen today because, again, without Jimmy, a lot of first-time homebuyers would be lost in their process. I mean, this conversation that we're having today is literally, we're going to talk about the 3 C's, credit, collateral, capacity. And if you don't know what those 3 C's are, us being in the mortgage game, sometimes we use these acronyms that sometimes become confusing. So I wanted to make sure I provided a slide for you all to understand the 3 C's. So the purpose and the process, building that legacy, and it's not just about listings. He believes in doing the process and mentorship, and giving away information, doing not only a live with me, but just recently did a live as well with another young man with Business Blueprint Enterprise, where credit turns to confidence, credit struggles to keys. They're giving away information on how to understand and qualify for the mortgage game. So they're not doing it by themselves. And it's just not just for first-time home buyers. I mean, he shared with me earlier, you couldn't even get to my email because he's dealing with over $3 million and helping other people show up in their process. Sometimes people only purchase a home once, maybe twice at a time in their whole life. So how serious a mortgage broker actually takes their job, credit, capacity, collateral, those 3 C's, they don't just determine your mortgage. They honestly reflect your mindset. They reflect who you're working with. They reflect being authentic, honest in your habits and your work. Your whole system is all about how you want to make change. So tying in all this whole system with the 7-day playbook for real estate professionals that, of course, I want you to be able to download. But the key thing is, it's not about me at all, but it's about building the business inside and out in regards to understanding, helping real estate professionals to turn their inbox into consistent flow of deals using a simple DM method powered by AI. Because again, the confused mind doesn't buy. And I'm changing up this whole process because, again, simplicity is genius. Forget chasing leads and forget, calendars and let people come to you in regards to who you are and being authentic. That's digital real estate. That's growth. That's building. And that's what not only Jimmy is going to teach you guys here shortly, that's what he's all about in regards to helping in the community. It's funny, if you just simply Google JB Billion Consulting LLC, it shows you he's a trusted local licensed mortgage consultant, and he's dedicated to guiding you through every step of your home ownership journey And not just about programs, he wants to give you the best programs and rates tailored to your needs, partnering with a team of experienced, hardworking realtors, ensuring the communication, consistency, and client satisfaction. It's because your success is the priority. We're running the play. We're honoring the mindset. And again, it shows in regards to his social media and taking a look at how he's trying to help other people in the game. So if you're not chanting by the end of this conversation, Jimmy, just like I'm chanting Adriane Mayes, I mean, you're going to be amazed with bringing this guy on here. So let me just go ahead and bring it, because I'm telling you, this is a treat that we have right now. Jimmy Millen, what up, though? From Detroit,
What's going on? What up, though?
Consulting. Talk to me, my friend. How are you this actual afternoon? And thank you so much for your time this afternoon as well.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's an honor and a blessing. Thank you for sharing your platform. I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing amazing. So again, did you see that on Saturday with Coco Gauff? Her whole speech after she won the U.S. Open?
I did miss it, but I love the energy that you brought with it. And I also got how infectious your energy is and how you just bring, that light and just get people to engage. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. But you got to hype yourself up from within so people can see that light. So, hey, thank you.
I'm my own hype man, Jimmy. I've always been this. Like, I don't need a whole crew to come on the stage. Like, I can do it myself. Like, so no, I appreciate you. Like I said, and we're gonna keep it real simple and easy. The process, in regards to what we're gonna talk about here today is literally how you as now a mortgage brokerage, and of course, how we connected with one of the top companies in the world in regards to getting that training. But now you taking it a step further with these first-time home buyers, as well as just helping people with the mortgage process in itself. So, just jumping right in, if that's cool, unless you have anything you wanted to. Okay, so awesome. So just jumping right in, because again, looking at your profile, providing that information, and we're going to go through and make sure we get your socials for everyone later on in the episode as well. But we all have this passion of why, right? And it changes, and that part is okay. But what helps you, Jimmy, show up for your purpose and literally show up with confidence every day, not only for yourself and your team, but also for your clients working as a mortgage broker in the game?
Great question. So initially, we all know what the biggest why was in the beginning. It was the money. But as I started to get entrenched into it and more involved in seeing the type of impact that you make when helping a family to, either obtain a home, pull them out of a bad situation and put them in a better situation, just those type of things kind of sets a fire within you, knowing that you're making an impact within your community. So honestly, that's my why, is just being able to help as many people as I can to achieve that dream and just honestly level up their life. And of course, I do it for my family, because the success that I help others to achieve, ultimately helps me to, succeed in life. So that's really my ultimate why.
Okay, so drop in the comments one for me if you agree with what Jimmy is saying in regards to his why, and thank you for that as well. But let's take it a step back further as well. Do you remember our isms that we had to actually?
What was it? Simplicity is genius.
Come on, that was the one for today. Like, that's why I had to go back to the playbook.
It still hits. It definitely still hits, and it works. But where do you want to go with that one?
Well, so I really want to take it to your story, being authentic and being who you are. So talk to me a little bit about, maybe something in your story that, you might be afraid to share with people, but in the actual community, at the end of the day, it's all about connecting with your audience, connecting with your clients, connecting with your team. I checked out your team, and it's amazing as well who you work with, like your title company, just having that whole system together. So share with me, like I said, simplicity is genius. What is one part of your story, though, because it's a lot, that literally helps you be and connect most with your clients as well as your audience and people that you're working with?
Honestly, getting back to the roots of me being a people person. When I first started and I transitioned from the role of, in office as the lender to, ultimately becoming the lender, you got to get back out there, which means the conversations are different, the people are different, and now instead of just like over the phone, you're doing a little more face to face because you're going to networking events, you're picking up casual conversations, you're listening for certain, and it's crazy how it just happens now. Like you just listen for certain words to just trigger to be able to slide in the fact like, hey, oh, by the way, you're looking to do this. Hey, I'm a mortgage broker. I could actually help you out. So I had to break back out of that shell that I had put myself in because, you know, when COVID kind of happened, you know, a lot of us kind of became just engulfed within ourselves because there was really like that lack of interaction like that. So I had to break back out of that shell and get back to the roots of being me and just being a people person. And it's starting to come full circle now. So I'm really comfortable again with it now.
Okay, so I did my research. I can't lie to you. So I saw that the other day that you actually, maybe a couple of days ago, you actually did a YouTube with Business Blueprint Enterprise, and so that was amazing. That you sat down and was trying to talk credit and the struggles and things about that as well. But one thing that kind of stood out to me in regards to kind of that one part of the 3 C's, and we're talking about just the credit game is credit. Right? How important is it for you to kind of be authentic as showing up for the process so that you can be able to help these clients? And that was so how important is it for you to be clear and authentic in regards to helping these first-time home buyers in their process?
Well, because credit plays such a huge factor in that process, you just have to be straightforward and tell it to them just straight, no filter, unchased. And at the end of the day, they may hear something uncomfortable or something that they may not want to hear or may have to take extra steps. But at the end of the day, they will respect it when you're just straight up front and centering, you're just honest about it. And, when I have these consultations, I'll tell them, this is the process. This is what we're going to do. And of course, I do ask them, how are you checking and monitoring your credit? And we've all become accustomed to Credit Karma. Like, let's just be honest. And then I have to tell them, like, hey, you may be in for a shock value when there's an actual pool, a mortgage credit pool, and I explain what the difference is between mortgage credit and consumer credit. But when they do see it, it's not that bad. But then they're more open to listen because when you have that knowledge, you can speak with confidence. So that definitely does help out a lot in having those conversations about credit.
Okay, and understood. And people get scared about credit too. I know one thing that you mentioned on the episode was your mortgage brokerage actually not only helps and specializes in first-time home buyers, but you also help people that have a credit score of as low as a 580. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So help with BBE, Blueprint Business Enterprises, is a credit repair company. Shout out to my partner Will. People. Yeah, shout out to my boy Will. We got to make sure that he sees this. But we just make sure that if you're below that threshold that's needed to get you qualified, or even if you just want to improve your credit, you may be financially savvy and you may be an investor, and that with better credit becomes better tiers and pricing. You know what I mean? So the people that are below, we just kind of guide them through the process and walk them through the process and explain everything to them. Because it is very important that you do have that credit to get yourself even in the position to being pre-approved so you can go out there and start house hunting.
Okay, a great thing. And one thing that's jumping out for me as well, and I know that, in regards to mindset, if I was a first-time home buyer that you specialize in, walk me through what that looks like for someone that's coming in, nervous, sees like this $750,000 house in Birmingham, Michigan, right, and they're ready to put their, here, Jimmy, here's my money. Like, right, walk me through the mindset as well as the process on what they're signing up for if they work with you, Jimmy, and JB Million Consulting. Like, how does that work with your mortgage broker?
So as a first-time home buyer, you have to kind of like hold their hand all the way through the process because that's one of the biggest purchases that you'll ever make in your life. I mean, it's not like getting up and going somewhere and buying an outfit to go out for the weekend or even going to buy a car. Like, this is a house, the roof over your head and your family's head. So it's a lot of steps to the process, but my job and what I like to do is to make the process as easy, streamlined, as simple as possible. And that comes through the education and making sure that they understand. And that's when we break it down to that ism, simplicity is genius. So you break it down into layman's terms so they understand, and you just literally let them know everything that's happening step by step and foreshadow exactly what's going to happen as well too. And because I guess we have that experience, we can kind of foreshadow and see things that could potentially arise. And then you're allowed to set like the proper expectations, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're clear and concise with the communication. So just set expectations of what you expect and what they can expect out of you. And then when you're speaking with that confidence, it kind of helps them to let their guard down and trust you to be able to move them through the process.
Okay.
And I think that's really, really important, is just being clear and concise with the communication and being open and honest about everything.
Okay. Now I have this mantra: I can, I will, I shall be victorious. Let's go. Like in regards to those days of, just showing up every day in the process. And that's how I came up with the 7-day playbook. Because at first, I was all over the place with it. Like, okay, I wanted Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then I went live every day. Then I changed it to realizing that, hey, I'm a human. I know I'm an AI genius, but so limiting it to these live conversations on Tuesday to have these real conversations, but to show up every day for yourself. Do you have a mantra that kind of stands out for you that, in regards to just kind of giving you focus for the day? You texted me this morning that you was up since 6 a.m., right? And you just squeezed me in, which I appreciate. But
absolutely. I'll take you too early as well too. I know sometimes like some of my partners like, dude, I'm still asleep. My bad. But,
hey, money don't sleep, bro. Money does not sleep.
Yeah, the mantra, honestly though, the mantra changes every day. If you go through my social media, I'll go through these phases where I'll do like word of the day, and it's just like a positive affirmation. So it's really just whatever's on my mind for the day, or whatever it is that we need to tackle, or it could just be somebody that's going through something that just needs that powerful word of affirmation just to kind of like fire them up for the day. So it can change from day to day. I have several different mantras. Some of them control what you can control. If it's out of your control, don't let it stress you. But the mantras change every single day with the mood. It's always a vibe.
That's always important too. So if how pretty is your brand though? Like I'm going through your Instagram right here, and you have so much amazing content. You have checklists that's on here for first-time home buyers. You're showing, representing the 313. What up though? But you're, like you said, this simple one here. The more you practice, the luckier you get. Success is earned. Stop dreaming and start doing. So in your social media content as well, because again, just like I can Google you, someone else can as well. How important is it for you to be authentic in your whole journey?
It's very important. I mean, you don't want to work with someone that you feel is like that. There's no such thing as like the perfect person. So, I let it all out there, flaws and all. It doesn't matter. I am who I am. You're either going to rock with me or you're not. So, I'm not going to hold anything back. When I talk to, my clients, I tell them about me. I tell them my story, whatever it is that they want to hear. I'm transparent on my social media. It just is what it is. You have to be authentic. You have to be your authentic self. Don't try to be someone that you're not. Just be you, and people will organically gravitate to that.
And I love your tagline. I got to go back to it real quick. Don't salt, consult. Like, how did you come up? That's pretty sweet. How did you come up with that? Don't salt, consult. I can't bring it up, but
like when I first started the company, it just popped up, and then it just, I don't know, it just kind of stuck. And then,
Thank you so much, Transcendent Title. We rock with both of you. What up, though? We love you guys.
Right? What's going on, Eric?
That's always good to show support as well. So, again, we want to make sure, though, Jimmy, like, people get in contact with your socials as well. So make sure that, we take a moment and you'll drop that information for people as well. So I do want to respect your time, because I try to keep these to as 30 minutes as possible as well. So we're going to do real quick, the kind of the 5 fun things, because it's cool to talk about, somebody gets in there and they talk about a mortgage, but we're going to talk about some fun things so they can know a little bit about Jimmy too, because hey, you might enjoy some of the same things people enjoy.
Things fun about me.
Right. And then we're going to find out what that one word to define your brand towards the end as well. So real quick now, one food that you could eat every day of the week, every day, and never get tired of, what would that one food be?
Hey, put me on the spot on that one. It's gonna sound kind of crazy, because it is absolutely my favorite dish. I think I could do it. I'll end up being a size of a balloon if I did, but lasagna.
Come
Yeah, I love
on.
lasagna. Like I love lasagna, and I think I could eat it every day. But yeah, lasagna.
And here's a real story though. So it used to be lasagna for me as well. And
Mhm.
what ended up happening, I went to Italy and I had lasagna. I was so excited, like, oh, I'm about to go because I was lasagna was every day for it could be. I got over
Right.
to Italy and it's not it's American lasagna. It's totally different. So I hate to do that to you. So it
I
switched to watermelon for me. Like so I can
can
I can eat watermelon every day, and that can be something I never get tired of. Okay, so the next
so
one
if
I
I
have
eat
for
pineapple every day then.
you. The next one I have for you. I am originally from Detroit, Michigan. What up, though? Proud from our city. Where do you originally are you from, and where do you call home now as well?
Detroit as well. Joy Road, 8600 block Artesian, right where the U-Haul is. So if you're familiar with the area, born and raised, I am a Detroit native through and through.
There it is. Oh, look at me. 6 miles southfield for me, Rosedale
All right,
Park,
I got something over there.
right by the
Still
freeway.
in Michigan, but I've kind of moved on to the to other suburban areas, but still Detroit to the heart.
Okay,
Um,
that's what's up.
yeah.
Now, what's your I know I mentioned a little bit about Italy. Now,
Mhm.
where are I'm downtown Michigan, so downtown Detroit, so I'm still in the D.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so what's your favorite place you've ever traveled to and why? And play along with us if you're watching this as well with us. Put it in the comments for us. But go ahead. I'm sorry, listen.
No, you're good. So I've traveled a lot of the US. I've got a lot of destinations on my wish list. But so far, I'm gonna narrow it down to two. Virginia Beach was one because I just had a ball when I was down there. And then I would say the second would probably be Cali.
Okay. Any part of Cali? Any part of California?
Um, I was in San Diego. There are other parts of California that I do want to visit, but I spent about a week in San Diego, and I had a blast out there. I was there for a little bit of business, and then I was able to tie it into like a mini vacation. But and I went to Little Italy down there too, and yeah. You're right about the lasagna. Like it wasn't Americanized; it was different. I had the mozzarella. Oh my god, but it was amazing. But yeah, California,
Okay.
California.
Okay. So I've been to 48 of the 50, so I definitely states. So I have been to San Diego, so that is one of my favorite. I love the. It's just so clean there.
They say on Friday, taste the air. Like
Right.
it was just host and just looking at the homes. It was just beautiful out there, and you can definitely see, smell, and taste the difference for sure. For sure.
Transcendent Title said they love Kansas City. The barbecue is fire. So yeah, I can agree with Kansas
I heard
City.
the barbecue out there is amazing, so I do have to go out there. Hey, road trip.
You know what I mean? Right quick on it. So now the next one, what holiday or season, or I didn't answer that one for you. So my favorite place, actually, I used to live in Toronto, so I honestly have traveled, like I said, traveled 48 out of the 50 states. I've been to Spain, I've done some international travel as well, but Toronto, oh, you got to, oh my God, it's so amazing. Like it's literally 3 hours from the D, but it has
Mhm.
so many T dot, and they say,
Yeah,
my Canadian
right.
boy.
It's been
But
a
I mean,
while.
they have so much culture and they have so much love in just all their different areas. And I just love how it's clean there as well. They have the Lakeshore Boulevard. I mean, their shopping is amazing. So if you haven't been to Toronto, the T dot, the Caravana is in August.
I've been to Carabana. It's been a while though. While in Carabana, I was like way before mortgages, a long time ago.
Right. So I mean, I have to say,
Anyway,
Toronto, it still has my heart. So I can't lie to you there. So
absolutely.
okay, so the next one for you now, what holiday or season do you look forward to the most every year?
I'll answer both parts. Favorite season is spring because it's not too hot and it's not too cold. You can do hoodies or a t-shirt. So spring.
Right.
Favorite holiday. I have like three of those. My kids' birthdays.
Okay.
Those are first. My
Respect.
wedding anniversary and then my sobriety anniversary.
Nice, nice. And when is your look? I don't have children, but I definitely understand the kids. And I'm not
Yeah.
married, so I definitely understand that as well. I'm single, no children. But I can relate with you on the sobriety journey. So what's your sobriety date?
2 years, August the 21st.
Come on,
Yep.
brother. So I'm November 20th, 2023. So you got me.
Nice.
So we right.
Nice.
Look at this. We're right there.
And
So
then
I mean,
just the
it's
clarity
this
that comes with it. Oh my God. Like it's next level, isn't it?
it's so crazy because I literally was talking earlier about the defects of character and how you show up for yourself, but even
Mhm.
just being able to kind of embrace who we are in regards to that as well. Is
Yes.
so many people out here that we need to be a model for. I went to a barbecue this past weekend and being on this, I'm 18 months in, as you know, I'm like right behind you, but so literally just seeing how we enjoy things now
Yeah.
differently. And
Yeah.
so being authentic and being yourself and then doing things differently, like you don't
Oh, yeah.
have to do it like everybody else. And
Exactly.
if
You should
God
have
uses me
the
for that, I've, I've
yeah.
I've done my process. So I mean, it took me a minute to get here, but I'm here now.
You and me both. You and me both. And hey, we live in our truth, right?
So shoot, you made me want to change my answer. What holiday or season? I mean, that was a good one. My sobriety day is an amazing one. Like, cause
I mean, that's something to celebrate because each year I started off, month after month, but then, the half a year mark and then that year mark and then now coming up on the 2 year. I mean, those are huge milestones because it's a major life change. It truly, truly, truly is. So
my date is November 20th, 2023. And one of my favorite cousins' birthday, Jabari Weston, rest in heaven, his birthday was November 20th, right? And then he passed away last year, a young guy, like from lupus. And so it was like how God's putting all of it together, you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things where you really realize that life is I'm going to be my best version because I'm on this side of the dirt. And God's giving me the opportunity to. So I'm still in that one. I'm changing mine to my sobriety. November 20th
what's
was mine.
crazy about my anniversary date, it's my half birthday. Like my birthday is February 21st. So yeah, like every 6 months we're celebrating one or the other, So
Yeah, I'm doing mine every
how
month.
body universe works.
Okay, so thank you so much, Heather, for showing up. She said she loves authentic people. I think this
Heather.
is definitely what up, no, Heather. So we are as authentic as it comes on this show.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the next one, if you could recommend one book or a movie that changed your mindset and changed it forever, what would that be?
Book or movie? Whoa.
Yes.
I don't want to be cliche and say 48 Laws of Power, but that's definitely one for sure. Like I think it's going to read it just because. A movie. So this movie honestly made me want to think if I could tap into more of my brain power. You ever seen Limitless with what is his name? I cannot think of his name, but the movie Limitless, like where he took the pill and he was able to access 100% of his brain power. And just
Ooh.
like some of the stuff that he was able to accomplish. Ryan Reynolds, I think it was Ryan Reynolds, but the
Is
movie
this
was
it?
like,
Look
yep,
at me.
that's it right there. That
With
is it
Robert De
right there.
Niro and Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper, that is Bradley Cooper. But yeah, that movie was so good. Just check it out. Like being able to access that much of your brain, and then like we don't have to use a supplement to do it, but there are ways that you can train your brain to be able to access more of the power that you have within. And honestly, it does start with the sobriety journey. I'm not going to go too far down into that hole, but it does start with there, and then just changing certain things in your life and doing certain things as well too. But yeah, that movie was amazing.
Okay. I definitely I'm with you on that one. I have you seen the movie for me? I'm gonna do a movie and a book. So the book, honestly, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, that book
Mhm.
there, literally, I'm not gonna lie to you, it changed my life because I realized that it's more out here in financial education
Yeah.
is so important, and a lot of us just have not received it, and so just the whole series, the Rich Dad Poor Dad series, just this billionaire kind of helped me with my billionaire journey and just understanding how money works. That's something that we haven't been taught in schools and things like that. So That literally was one. But then for my movie, I had to go with Sinners. And Sinners, you know, the reason why I honestly rewatched it again last week is this amazing movie. The one part, the aspect of it, and I don't want to give it away. If you have you seen it?
Not yet. Don't judge me.
You gotta put that on your list, bro. You gotta put that on your list.
He fell asleep, and I didn't want to go and see it without him. So like we still owe it to each other so that we can go. But yeah, I'm not going to see it without him, and he's not going to see it without me.
Okay, so go check it out, and then you know, only thing I'm going to say because you haven't seen it is, you know, you have to be careful who you put around your boundaries and who you invite in your life.
Factual.
We keep it right there.
You know that now. You know that now for sure.
So,
all you know.
Yes, I definitely do. So we're rounding third. I want to be able to, again, I thank you so much for your time and everything in regards to just showing up here for me today and being a part of this. But one of the questions I wanted to be able to ask you in just the reality of what life does for you and where you are now, which is amazingly growth and building and things of that nature. If you could go back and please play along with us in the comments and put this as well. If you could go back and give yourself, Jimmy, one piece of advice to your younger self, what would that piece of advice be?
That is a great question. And I have the best answer. Learn financial literacy, young man. You need to understand the importance of credit and the importance of investing. If I could go back and teach myself that, I'd be retired now for sure. But financial literacy and the importance of credit.
And honestly, for me, my friend, it was honestly loving myself. You know, one thing about me, this energy is not made up. Like this is, I wake up like this, I go to bed like this. Like, I'm not fabricating anything in regards to who I am. But what I did for so long, including the alcohol, including, you know, just trying different things, including my profession, including people, was limiting myself and trying to be like everybody else. And so in regards to why I'm so excited about just sharing about the sobriety journey, sharing about me now, it's all about loving yourself and building and growing to be a better you. So the best version of myself is what I want to empower people with. And that's literally what we want to actually build on, which brings me to my next question. And drop this one in the comment as well. Now, if you could describe your brand, Jimmy, and legacy in one word, one legacy, what would that word be?
You know what? You've hit on it a million times throughout this entire conversation. And I thought about it, and it's going to boil down to one simple word. I'm authentic.
Ooh.
Being authentic, you're honestly going to get the best of everything that I offer. That's the caring, the support, the kindness, the honesty. I mean, it's all going to be authentic. So what you get from me is exactly what you're going to get from me in the most authentic version ever. I don't sugarcoat. I don't beat around the bush. I don't lie. I want to give it to you straightforward. I'm authentic, but I do believe that the soul, and I think that's the reason that people do, rock with me.
I love it. I love it. And the one thing, my word is resilient. And authentic is my business partner, Enyka Gaines. So, you know, I'm focused now. Like I was all over the place, honestly, in this journey. Like you see behind me, my photo booth. So now I'm focused on digital real estate with my photo booth, with taxes and digital marketing for mortgage real estate professionals. That's it. So, you know, now being resilient and focusing, you know, because you can go all over the place. And that happens a lot in the mortgage game with real estate professionals. You know, you're online, you're trying to get clients, you're trying to get people to, you're just not being real. So, you know, authenticity is so key. In our crew over at Transcendent Titles, they said definitely agree with that. And Heather actually said kind would be hers. So I know she mentioned she loves authentic people, and that's literally random acts of kindness. That's my foundation. Like that's my passion, my why, what makes me move every day. So, and you seriously, Jimmy, today, and I think Heather hit it on the head in regards to just that kind is your time today. This is a random act of kindness. This you taking this moments out of your day today to actually connect with being the change and being able to connect with my goals of the 7-day quick start playbook. Even though I appreciate your time is your most valuable asset. And that's the one thing that people, one thing you guys mentioned a lot on your podcast when you were doing it was like, it's free. it's free. We got this ebook and it's free. And I'm sitting here like, no, it's not. It's not free. I'm sitting here like, no, it's not. You put work and effort into that actual that document. You, Jimmy, have mentioned so many times, not only on our conversation today, but also on other podcasts. And like I said, things that I've looked at on your social medias and have you, is in regards to investing in mentorship of people. So I just want to ask you real quick, because that's literally what I'm promoting now, is not just myself, but this passion over profits mentorship. Because again, you can't do it alone. And the way you have those days. So in regards to being a mentor in the real estate game, being a mortgage broker, do you have any final words that you want to actually share with the actual people here? And definitely thank you for all the support. Heather is amazing. And Transcendent Title, thank you so much for showing up as well. You know, being authentic and being real with us. But do you have any final words that you want to actually share with your people?
Stay the course, no matter what it is that you're doing in life. Don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep your energy, your vibration, and your aura high, and there's nothing that can take you down. You know that what's that the little graphic with the two dudes, you know, mining for the diamonds? You know, the one guy, he turned around and gave up, and then the other guy, he just kept going. Be the person that keeps going, because you never know when your break is going to come. But you have to, like Adriane said, you have to stay resilient. You have to stay dedicated. You have to focus on your why and be authentic. And I promise the universe will return everything that you want to you. It will. It truly, truly will.
You know what, Jim, that you hit it on the head. I mean, you really did. So I mean, that's it. Like that was like a mic drop. That was a mic drop, my friend. So I appreciate your time here this afternoon. Where can people find you in regards to, and thank you so much, Transcendent Title, tell me you need to mentor. You got us. We're here live every Tuesday. I'm live I'm right now until July 1st. I'm not gonna see, but I'm planning actually through the end of the year, just to provide this platform in addition to place to find you. But where can people find you, Jimmy? Because again, you being a mortgage broker, because I can't write the loans, I can do the marketing. But right now, where can people find you? And I definitely found some of your socials that I'll pop up on the screen for people as well.
So
But
if you Google, if you Google JB Millen Consulting LLC, it all pops up. Like my IG should pop up. My IG is JB Millen Consulting or JBM3 Consulting. There's also Millen Mortgage Team _ JB Millen Consulting on Facebook. Just Google it. Just Google it, and I promise you'll be able to find me. It's not that hard.
Yep. So I literally am showing your Facebook, showing your Google, showing all your contacts, and showing your tagline. And you're all here. Look, you can find him. Okay.
Not hard to find at all.
Okay, awesome, my friends. So again, thank you so much for you showing up here today. Everyone as well showing up in regards to just being support and leaving comments as well. And anybody watching the replay as well, please don't hesitate to actually leave a comment as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go and get back to the millions, brother. Go ahead and help those people. Right, let's go. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. We'll talk soon. Come on, Jimmy Millen Consulting. Oh my gosh, God is good. I mean, we talked an amazing conversation here today. And if you missed it, beingthechangellc.com is where you can actually find the replay. But one thing I just love about support and being able to support one another is just being the change, being a part of the process, and just knowing that, you know, everything happens for a reason. You know, I was sharing with you guys briefly, and I'll share here with you as well, is I changed up I'm keeping it simple. So, and what that means is changing up the whole playbook into author. So you're going to see a whole different flow here this week in the 7-day quick start playbook to authentic lead generation for real estate professionals. AI genius. AI is amazing. And this program, Typeset, has literally allows you to download all of this information. Like the book I had before was cool, as you can see when you go onto the website, but Typeset allows me to look more professional. I can take all of you'll see now that I'm going to crank out all of my social media using AI, leveraging the tools. And so again, it changed my pregame playbook. And Canva's great. Canva's free, you know, but it is Typeset, like I said, wait till you see how professional this my playbook looks. So it looks so amazing. I had to go through and make some updates and organize the content, and incorporate pictures, be able to, it just literally make it more cleaner for people to keep it simple. Simplicity is genius. So, Grant Cardone always says 10 times everything. That's, he's a billionaire in the real estate game. And when I actually looked at how Grant Cardone had this whole layout in the playbook and have it interactive, I was like, oh, Adriane, I got to go back and do some things and make some changes. But the great thing is about the playbook, I can run this playbook for the rest of my life. Like everything and every tool that you need in regards to the purpose, the goals, I can change it up in regards to volume, everything in regards to digital marketing and the importance of it and how you can actually stay on top of things. It's put together in this playbook. So right now you're getting the old version. But this week, I'm literally changing up the version, gives you all of the insight. Moving forward, this is the piece that is going to be able to work from for real estate professionals to run the play. I want a billionaire plan, and it's not for everybody. I get it. But if you're here to be the best version of yourself, if you're stop making excuses, and if you're here to grow and build and literally dream big, this is the playbook you want to download. So I am actually going to be able to provide all of this to you when you go to realestate.beingachange.llc.com. It's going to help you to pick that play, to help you grow and build and be the best version of you. Isn't that a professional? I thought that was amazing. So again, don't hesitate so much. Thank you so much, Transcendent Title, for showing up here today with us and, just kind of being real and authentic. And thank you so much, Heather. She says she loves you seeing, embracing AI and helping others to do the same. Eric White is amazing with AI. Eric, we're going to talk, my brother, to AI genius, Adriane Mayes. So building and growing and leveraging ChatGPT and leveraging all of these different things. We're going to go more into detail, but I wanted to be able to give you that information here today, as well as just kind of a snippet of what's going to what's going to happen next with Adriane Mayes and Being the Change. So just to wrap up here today, thank you so much for your time. We had Jimmy Millen from JB Millen Consulting LLC here today, and check out that replay at going to beingthechangellc.com. Next Tuesday, June 17th, we have my guy, Zack Jenkins, that's in the Passion Over Profits program with me, killing the game in regards to digital marketing for real estate professionals and coaching. I know Transcendent Title is talking about needing a mentor. This is one episode you don't want to miss. Zack is killing it with AI. He's leveraging the process in regards to the tools and the growth process. And we're going to talk a little bit more about him being involved with AI and how it's making an instrumental for his business. Now, June 24th, today we talked a little bit with Jimmy about credit. Catalina Galeano is working with some of my clients with Being the Change LLC in regards to helping their credit process. Like I said, we focus on digital marketing for real estate professionals, but people still come to us in regards to credit and making those changes. And we're going to talk about the importance of that on June 24th with Catalina Galeano. Then on July the 1st, we have Melissa Green from MGJ Consulting Hub. She is a homeowner in Chicago, Chi-Town. What up, though? And, I went to school with her at Murray State University. She's worked with me in regards to our foundation over 15 years. She's one of the founders with CCC Because We Care Foundation, as well as with Community Connect Consulting. And so we're going to talk a little bit about her story. She working in the human resource game, has her own consulting company out in Chicago, and we're going to Chicago, Illinois, and we're going to talk a little bit further with her in regards to the journey, the growth, the process, real estate, and digital real estate in your mind as well, because it all starts with your mindset. So check the replay out. Celina Chou, we started the whole venture with her on May the 6th. Go to Being the Change LLC. Tanisha Renee Brown with a realtor with Keller Williams Memorial on May 13th. It was an amazing conversation. Check that out live as well. May 20th, Jacquise Purifoy with the Purifoy Experience. We actually covered and talked about being real and authentic and her journey, just amazing individual and growth and process in her journey as well. May 27th, we talked to Delon Matthes and Adriane Gaines, the Special Giving Studio, and my business partner, Enyka Gaines, her legacy, her children on her birthday, which is May 27th, and the death date, as well as my cousin, Jabari Weston, that we talked about a little bit in this live today. It's just God works all of it together in, just an amazing way to have the one word, one legacy. But that's where it actually started on that date as well. June 3rd, we talked to Bosch Consulting Group, my cousin Joe Bosch. And he actually has his own elite training camp in Atlanta, Georgia, and building and growing his brand down there in ATL as a location manager, as well as just growing homeowner. And make sure you check out the replays of these episodes as well, and being able to just grow and be able to be the best version of yourself. So hopefully you have had an amazing insight here today in regards to what you've learned, and drop in the comments of one if you've actually, gained some insight. And don't forget to follow and subscribe and do all the fun things that you have to do in regards to social media is support. And don't just give me a thumbs up, give me a heart. Go on to Jimmy's Millen on his consulting and just show some kindness for a couple of moments and show people some love in regards to what they're trying to do with their vision and their dream. Because again, you never know who's watching on the way to your why, and who you can impact on the way to do so as well. I didn't even know Jimmy was on the sober journey as well. See? And the great thing is about having the sober journey is showing people what's possible. And you can be the best version of yourself by just showing up one day at a time. Hopefully, my friends, you enjoyed today's episode as much as I did, because showing up is the only way to get things going. And how it works, sometimes it might be amazing and it might not be, but if you're authentic, if you're real, you're going to do the best thing that you can do. So I'm going to end with this in regards to what I talked about before, Coco Gauff. If you didn't see it on this past Saturday, her winning the French Open, and how she actually amused the crowd by chanting her name, and while they were chanting her competitor's name, I want you to do the same. Not only chant Jimmy, Jimmy, because Jimmy was amazing today. I want you to chant Adriane Mayes, Adriane Mayes. But no, on a real talk, I want you to chant your name, because you versus you, that's how you build that billionaire brand. I can't do it for you. I can give you the tools. I can give you the resources. You're not going to have perfect days every single day, but Adriane Mayes is going to show up if I show up for me. You got to show up for you. So just get into practice. Chant your own name. Have it in your head that where you're going, hey, you might have some obstacles. You might have some roads. It might be some bumps in the roads, but if you keep focused, you just stay, like I told Jimmy earlier, I'm doing my photo booth, taxes, digital marketing. That's it. Anything else, I don't have time for right now. Because again, when you focus on what you're trying to get to and helping people along the way, random acts of kindness and being your authentic, true self, it'll change people and it'll change you. And that's all it's about. Adriane Mayes, Live Conversations Live. Drop in the comments if you enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully I truly enjoyed you. And then you can be able to download that new playbook at realestate.beingachange.llc.com this week. I'm not going to show the old page anymore because I'm changing it. And so it's going to be amazing. I'm keeping it simple. Simplicity is genius. I enjoyed you guys today, and as I do every day. So how we end in my mantra, I can, I will, I shall be victorious. What up, though, Detroit? Deuces. Let's go. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your time.